Judge yourself by your actions, not by your thoughts. I became significantly less disappointed in myself when I started judging myself only on the actions I took, not the thoughts I had.
So patience is a virtue that I feel like I haven't had. And it's been something that I've spoken over myself for many years. I was like, I'm an impatient person. I want things fast, etc. But when I realized that I should use the same lens that I judge other people on when I judge myself, which is someone might say, I'm a really honest guy. But if I have no evidence that you're an honest person, or when I put you in a situation where you could be honest and you're not, I would say, no, you're not. Now, that person probably thinks of themselves as honest, or to the same degree, I'm a really loyal guy. But as soon as I put a 10 in front of you and you've got your girl at home, you jump. You're not that loyal. You just haven't had the opportunity to show that you're loyal. And so for me, my thoughts about what I thought I was were actually really negative. But when I tried to think, okay, well, I can be patient if I act patient, even if I don't feel patient. And then that allowed me to start giving myself a stack of undeniable proof that I am who I wanted to be. And I don't believe in binary traits, meaning like he's patient or he's impatient or he's loyal or he's disloyal. The question is, how loyal are you? How honest are you? How patient are you? And by switching the character traits that I wanted to have into progressions or continuums allowed me to make progress on them simply by giving myself more proof or one more penny on the scale that says I'm a little bit more patient than I was. I'm a little bit more patient. I'm a little bit more patient, to the point where I have so many pennies on the scale that I can say, I think I am pretty patient. Even though every time I put a penny on the scale, I don't want to put a penny on the scale. I want to get the thing to happen today. I want it to happen yesterday, because why is it taking so long? It didn't take that long for this person. I feel like I work harder than them and I feel like I'm better than them. Why am I not doing that? But I put the penny on the scale.
Well, ultimately, what is patience? Is patience feeling patient, or is patient doing the thing that is patience? So Sam Harris, in his first conversation with Jocko Willink about 10 years ago, they talk about how courage is an unfakeable emotion. And it's such a good frame. You're going to love this.
Yeah.
So he said, if you do the thing in spite of being fearful of doing the thing, that is courage. And if you don't do the thing, even though you felt like doing the thing, that is cowardice. And I think that motivation and patience are exactly the same. If you're patient, despite not feeling patient, that is patience.
Yes.
That is how it works.
And that realization that you just said was the reason for that quote, because it was me realizing that I can actually have these traits, even if I don't feel like I live those traits. And so that's why probably, at least for me, when people are like, whatever the trait is, like, he's so humble, he's so whatever, like, you probably will never feel like you have the trait, but you can still have the trait based on evidence rather than emotion. And I think that frame of evidence has been, I mean, if I had a North Star of personal development for myself, it's been just give myself proof. And I mean, in so many ways, like the reason that I didn't, I mean, I'm going to go on a tangent, but again, I'll bring it back. I didn't talk about how to run gyms until I had 6 gyms, because I didn't feel like I was qualified enough to talk about it. And I only started talking about gyms when so many people were like, dude, how do you run your gyms? How do you run your gyms? And if I rewind even before that, I didn't feel qualified to talk about fitness, but I had had a 6-pack for a decade, you know what I mean? And I had multiple state records, but I still didn't feel qualified to talk about fitness until everyone was like, dude, how do you do this? How do you strength train? How do you eat this way? Whatever it is, right? And so if you can give yourself evidence, the world around you, like fame, like your evidence will change how people treat you, independent of how you feel about it.
Well, this is why the must be easy, must be nice is so flawed, because what you're saying is, I see the outcomes and I have no idea of the difficulty of the inputs. I have absolutely no idea what barriers you need to get over. You could find it 99 out of 100 difficult to be patient. And yet you are. Must be nice for you. You've got that patience gene. You go, eat shit. Eat shit. You have no idea how hard it is for people to do the things that they do. And the people that make it look easy, in some regards, contribute to this problem. Like, and this is why I really love, I'm a massive fan of a lot of your work. And I think that one of the reasons is that it's so honest and self-effacing about the challenges and about the steps that you have to get through. And because the journey is relatively well narratized and you can track it step by step, and you've created a kind of a cohesive timeline of how all of this stuff worked, there is a point along specifically your journey, but hopefully mine and other people's too, where people can inject themselves and say, oh, I'm at that bit. I'm the 15-year-old that I'm at that bit. I resent my parents.
Yeah.
I've just lost all my money. I feel like I need to, like you have every different problem that you can encounter in life is present in Alex's timeline. And I think that that's really important. I think this is one of the, I would say this is a criticism that I have about some of the personal development, self-growth, and a lot of the business advice as well. Even the bad times are romanticized. And they're not fucking romantic. Like, it feels like hell. It feels like shit to do the thing, to fail, to not feel like anybody cares about you, to not even know that there's going to be glory in retrospect.
Yeah.
It feels despondent and destitute and sad and alone. And I get it. And I think that the more visceral that we can make these stories, the better it is, because I know that that's what would have resonated with me, because I would have gone, that's an undeniable stack of proof that you were where you said you were.
Please subscribe and push the bell icon for more such content.